As far as I remember, we have a hi-fi and high-end audio channel in all its manifestations without compromises. After all, we need the best, friends, right? Then what the hell are these boxes with the name Soundbar doing in front of me? To be honest, I hated and despise soundbars of all brands, as they are the worst that can exist in our flawed audio world. Or am I mistaken? Let's figure out this situation. And to start, let's create a small ranking, just the way I like it. In first place is the audiophile's nightmare, listening to music and movies on smartphone speakers, friends. Although my S23 Ultra does quite well at spitting out tracks and calls in stereo, and by the way, that's not surprising. I remember the Motorola E398, which played just as well as this new model about 20 years ago. But in any case, you must have bad taste to listen to the same Depeche Mode on a phone, even in the absence of alternatives. Nick, do it this way. In second place, we have the laptop, and even the Mac with stereo speakers is mediocre in this regard. I would probably give third place to the television, which usually has terrible speakers, even the top Sony models with large screens, but they failed to impress me with their power. It was absent there as such, although for some it will be cool. And fourth place goes to mediocre headphones, which also ruin your hearing. Thus, the fifth honorable place goes to soundbars. So what does that mean? Not the worst option? A compromise, of course, but what if there is no space even for simple stereo systems, or if there are, so to speak, budget problems? What to do? How to watch our favorite channel Droid 1 at least in the background? There won't be any power from all these devices. And do you think there will be a sound bar? Let's check. I'm starting to love the Chinese as they come to the rescue, especially often lately, like a black cloak. ToneWinner, a top Asian brand, has a huge engineering, tech, legal, i.e. design base. Before you are the little Soundbar 2.1 and their Monster Atmos version. Both cost mere pennies compared to competitors. But we need to check for ourselves what the communists are capable of. Let's unbox them together, view, test them, and form an honest opinion and review. Are they worth their price or not? The soundbars are sealed, friends, so we will need a knife and, as always, a cool one. Let's unbox. First up, we have the little one, 2.1, friends. And what does it say on the box? ToneWinner Audio brings you the purest music. Well, we have already confirmed that this is true. ToneWinner is a serious company. A few words about it, by the way. This is a Chinese brand. Yes, friends. A pure Chinese brand that makes very serious quality products. I once tested a receiver from them, and I was satisfied. You see, it says APP. Do you know what APP means? APP means there is an application, and I hope it's a very good one, because I couldn't connect with the receiver through my smartphone. What else do we have? Let's take a look. Well, here is 2.1 HDMI with an ARC. Listen, for 19,000 HDMI is not bad. UTF, that's probably a flash drive, right, friends? But the Chinese are so wonderful. I'm amazed by them. They still use flash drives. Well, okay, so, wow. Am I that strong, or was the tape not closed? Maybe they checked it during transport, as always, to see what we are carrying. Good. We already give an extra point to the Asians in the piggy bank. Look, friends, you could probably drop this box from the first floor and nothing would happen to this product. Now, let's remove the foam packaging and a small... Wow. Listen, here it is, right? This is probably our speaker. This is the so-called sub. The low frequencies at the bottom are directed straight to the floor according to Ghost, but most likely it will be in a stand under the TV and, hopefully, long throw speakers. In the groove, so to speak, we have two pieces in front, which is convenient. What do you think of the design, friends? Well, it's a matter of taste, right? It's somewhat outdated, let's say. On the other hand, it's fundamental. By the way, it weighs quite a bit. Probably around 3 kilograms at a guess. What do we have at the back? HDMI, which is very important. By the way, yes, I was right, friends. This is a port for a flash drive. We have USB, coaxial, optical, left, right, and analog. And the output for the sub. No, but why does it need a sub output, friends? It already has a sub. It's small, but it's free and included in the price. So, well, our next hero is up next. Now it will come in handy for me. Cutting the tape. It goes like butter, just cutting it effortlessly. I even cut my finger, friends, before I was preparing for the shoot. How sharp it is. Atmos is already here, friends. Yes, yes, the praised. Atmos is supported. A huge device, I would even say. Insanely big. By the way, what do we have in the manual? Let's at least take a look for the first time. It's not bad, so we have one sub and 2 rear speakers and 2 front ones. It plays from 40 Hertz, friends, that's not bad, and up to 20 kilohertz. And you know what its power is? 200, 200, yes, yes, exactly. 200 in such a small box of madness, but I'm sure it's not Class A, but B, and no Class D for you. Yes, friends, well, these are digital amplifiers. They're in fashion now. I like this packaging. I wish all audio equipment was packed like this. Wow, listen, well, it won't be easy to get it out on the first try, and it's cold. Is it really metal on top? It feels cold like the Night King from Game of Thrones. What will happen when I touch it directly without these plastic intermediaries? It will probably burn my hands. Let me remind you again, this thing costs 79,000 rubles. Well, you all asked for discounts, so it will be even cheaper. For this money, of course, the soundbar is very serious. I probably haven't listened to it yet, but for some reason, it seems to me, metal, friends, the buttons, I think are plastic. The sound is just okay, and the back is metal. Listen, I don't regret it at all. The brackets are fundamental. You can see they are mounted with 4 bolts each because it is really heavy. If this thing falls, it will definitely crush any little dog or cat crawling underneath it. Let's immediately check what it has on the backside. What connections? A button, although it's not typical for the Chinese, to be honest. Usually, made in China is associated with some fragility, but here everything feels quite solid and powerful. Even this button feels robust. They inserted a plug, friends. For some reason, just one. Maybe the transporters took it out again, those bastards. And we have a total of 4 HDMI ports here. This is very cool. So essentially, this is like your cinematic hub. You can connect a PlayStation, Xbox, or computer here. The tricolor TV set-top box with HDMI out and return channel to your TV, friends. God, they also inserted a flash drive here. What is this for? Why is this flash drive here? We have USB, optical input, coaxial as always, line output, which will be useful, and an analog input. Friends, but where is the 3.5mm jack? I understand that, of course, you can use an adapter. It will be of better quality, but how should we understand this? This is an uncompromising approach that the Chinese have taken. They are venturing into high-end. Although I have seen their amplifiers that operate in Class A, huge ones resembling Accuphase, and I like them. What legs? Just look at how powerful they are. They are made very well, friends, and there are 2 of them, so we can place it. Here it is. Let's look at the completeness. What else did they include? A cord. By the way, let's turn it on now and check its graphics. Oops, a mount and a remote. RC 506, and there are batteries. Duracell. How thoughtful of the Asians. They do everything for us. An HDMI, cable, friends. And it's not a 1 meter cable, but 1.5, with the proud label Made in China. Why is there no optical? Well, never mind. HDMI is everything for us lately. HDMI and flash drives. Well, let's connect with a simple motion of the hand. Cold blue LEDs. There is Bluetooth, which is a very useful feature. That is, even if you don't have a TV but want decent sound, don't want a stereo system, just set it up alone. And play your songs on it. Let's place it on top so you can understand the scale. 79, 19. The logic is a bit strange. This is the budget model and it has touch buttons. And here is the top model with mechanical buttons. Switching inputs as always, optical, coaxial, ARC, and so on. Volume. Well, of course, there is a remote. I wonder if it will work with the higher model. No, listen friends. Cleverly designed, right? It would be nice to take one master remote and, for example, place this one in the kitchen and this one in the bedroom. And with one remote, move around the apartment, controlling all devices. But for some reason, this functionality is not here. Well, never mind friends, we do have an app that we will definitely test. This was the first look at the Soundbar and ToneWinner. It's a relatively new product, I'll be honest. Well, for the spoilers, okay, friends. I have already sold them, I have already tested them. They are really solid devices. They perform well within their budget. They are more than relevant. I will definitely do a full test on them, maybe even disassemble them. I will give them my signature rating. For now, I can say the following. If you need something small, you can confidently pay attention to the Asians represented by ToneWinner, who, unfortunately for me, as someone who doesn't like Asian technology, have entered our lives and firmly established themselves. And there's no escaping this. Asian brand, pure Asian cars are driving around us, various Geelys, Curies, Exides, and so on, and they are probably already. I'm probably talking about cars right now because there are significantly more nuances of good quality there. But audio equipment is really normal now. So let's buy. Don't hesitate and adapt to the new reality. No harmonies, just the tone of wine. Friends, don't forget to subscribe to our channel because every like and every subscription is important to us. Every subscriber is important because it helps us create better content about hi-fi audio equipment. So, hit the bell, give us a thumbs up, and don't cut them. By the way, because it hurts. And remember, the best prices and top-notch service are at Droid One. Yes. The link is in the description. You can write to me directly, and I will give you my advice and recommendations. Welcome.